In today's video, I'm going to give you an in-depth guide of how to upgrade all 4 swords on Citadelle de Morts. I'll also be giving tips and tricks of how to get all 4 of these swords done in the most efficient way possible, and you should be able to get all 4 upgraded on round 13. To start off your game playing it completely normally and just make your way to Pack-a-Punch. You open up Pack-a-Punch by getting to this container and shooting the 3 locks off of it. Once you shoot the 3 locks off of it, a doppelgast would come out. All you have to do is kill it, and it will drop a blood crystal. And then you just have to put the blood crystal inside the portal, and you will have Pack-a-Punch. Make sure you're careful when doing this, because if you don't have a good gun, or if you're not playing safely, it is very easy to die.
Today's special, two-headed octopus.
Now we need stamps to get the swords. Stamps drop from the night zombies that start spawning in on round 10. In the earlier rounds, you should only get 1 night zombie per round, but in the rare case that you do get 2, make sure you use both of those stamps before they despawn. Once you get a stamp, interact with one of the night statues in this little courtyard to get a sword. It does not matter what order you do this in. In my game, I chose to do the light sword first. Once you pick up the light sword, glowing parasites will start to spawn in. Kill the parasite with the sword and your sword will start glowing. Now you want to run over to the left side of the map by Speed Cola, and there will be a wooden door. Now hit the door with the lit up sword and a symbol will appear up on the door. Now just repeat this process 3 more times. So kill 3 more parasites and hit the door 3 more times to light up the last 3 symbols. Once you have all 4 symbols lit up, interact with the door and it will teleport you into a long hallway. At the end of this hallway will be a sword hilt. Put the sword inside of it. The sword will start lighting up and there will be a symbol on the base of the hilt. Look for that symbol in the air and shoot it. Once you shoot it, the symbol on the base will change to a new one. Now find that one in the air and shoot that one. Now just repeat this process till all the symbols are shot. Once you shoot all the symbols, the sword will start glowing. After the sword's done glowing, you will now have the light upgrade for this sword. Now that you're done with the light sword, you can now end the round so we can get a new stamp for the next sword. Now progress through round 11 till you get your next stamp, but do not end the round. Now that you have your second stamp, you can get your second sword. So interact with the next statue. I chose to do lightning second. For the lightning sword, you're going to need 3 different lightning rods. The first lightning rod piece is right outside the left side of spawn next to the Deadshot Daiquiri perk machine. Now put dead wire on your gun and come over to the left side of the map by Speed Cola. Now come over here to this satellite and look down and shoot the electrical box attached to it. This will send an electrical pulse up, shooting the second lightning rod piece down for you to pick up. Now make your way to the dungeon part of the map where the Quick Revive perk machine is. Once you get here, an armored zombie should spawn in. Kill this armored zombie to get the 3rd lightning rod piece. Now for this next part, I would highly recommend keeping 1 zombie left in the round to do this, because when you're in the middle of the round and the hordes are coming at you, it's really hard to stay alive. Now make your way to the right high wall of the castle and put the 3 lightning rods in this vase. This will cause a lightning storm to form around the vase. Now all you have to do is train around and wait for lightning to strike your sword. Once the lightning strikes your sword, hit the vase with it. Now repeat this process 3 times total. Once you have hit the vase with the lightning struck sword 3 times, you will now be able to put the sword inside the vase. The 3 electric rods will electrocute the sword, giving you the upgraded lightning sword.
I think I saw your thunder cleaver.
Now end the round 1 more time so we can get our 3rd stamp. Now my round 12 is a bug round, but do not let that fool you. You can still get a knight to spawn in on a bug round. You just gotta wait a little bit. Now once you have your 3rd stamp, make your way back to the 4 knights and grab your 3rd sword. I chose to do the fire sword on this time. For the fire sword, you want to come to the castle entrance and place it in the hilt with the dragon head above it. Now we need to go retrieve 3 bowls of fire. There are 3 bowls around the map, and you need to go up to them and interact with it, and you will pick up the flame inside, and you need to bring it back to the hilt. While you're bringing it back, you will not regen health, and you are constantly taking damage. Zombies will spawn in when you do this, and if you kill the zombies that spawn in, you will get health back. I do recommend having Jug and Stamina up to do this step. Not required, but recommended. The locations for these Bowls of Fire are 1. On the left high wall of the castle, 2. On the left side of spawn, right out the door you first buy, and 3. Being right behind you as soon as you spawn in the back right of the spawn room. After you run all 3 flames back to the hilt, the dragon will breathe fire all over the sword. After this animation is over, you now have the upgraded flame sword. Now, end the round again, so we can start getting our 4th stamp. Once you get your last stamp, make your way up back to the courtyard and interact with your last knight. For me, this is the Raven Knight. Now for the Raven Sword, you want to immediately walk in the room directly behind the knight statue. In this room is an antique. There are 7 antiques, but only 1 will spawn in your game. They all spawn in different locations, but they're pretty standout, and if you just hold interact around this entire room, you will eventually pick it up. Now make your way into the basement of the spawn room and place the antique on the circle on the wall. After you place the antique, you will be able to now place the sword inside the hilt on the wall. Now before we do this next step, I highly recommend getting a last zombie right now, because this makes what we're about to do so much easier. Now interact with the wall and you will now have to type in a code. This may look really confusing, but don't worry, this is actually really easy. I'll leave the link in the description to a website that has a solver for this. It will tell you exactly what 2 symbols you need. With the 2 symbols it gives you, line them up at the very bottom of the circle. If you actually look, there is a green arrow pointing up to that. Once you have input the correct symbols, a black hole will spawn on the ground. Now orbs will start flying out of the wall and coming at you very slowly. Just lead these balls into the black hole and it will suck them up when they get close enough. After the black hole sucks up enough orbs, it will eventually change locations. The second location is at the bottom floor of this diner. Now repeat the same thing you did, leading the orbs into the black hole till it changes locations for a second time. The last location is right up the stairs to your left at the top by this pool table. Now for the last time, lead a couple orbs into the black hole. Once you are finished, it will start to move again. Follow it downstairs until it goes into the wall. Once it goes into the wall, interact with the sword and the void will suck in the sword. It will eventually spit the sword back out, and then you now have the upgraded Raven Sword. And just like that, you now have all 4 swords upgraded by round 13. If this video helped you at all, please leave a like, and if there's anything I can improve to make these tutorials better for you guys, please let me know in the comments.